here to talk to you about the ending to the very last episode of Season 6 of The Walking Dead. So, there's going to be spoilers. No, not that kind of spoiler.
Spoilers?
That's the kind of spoiler I'm talking about. The kind that will ruin the surprise of what happens if you haven't seen it yet. So you might want to wait until you've seen the episode before you watch this, or then again, maybe not. It's entirely up to you. It's a free country. So the big question that came out of the last episode, which was called Last Day on Earth of Season 6 of The Walking Dead, was who got killed at the end. All this build up to someone getting killed. And the big question is, who? I think I might know who it was based off of a narrative rule that they were using in that episode. By narrative rule, I mean they used 5 different times in that episode a point of view shot, also known as a POV or first person perspective. It opens the episode with a first person perspective, and until you've seen the entire episode, you're left wondering, what am I looking at? What is this character seeing? And you find out in the end that this character was stuck in the back of a van, and they were looking through the various holes and cracks of the van at the floodlights that were hitting the outside. So you're saying, what's this have to do with anything? Well, the very last point of view, which I'm sure you saw if you saw the episode, was the character getting killed. So if you figure out whose point of view this is, out of those 5 different point of views that they show you, then I think that they're showing you who died. The most important one of those is not the one that I'm sure everybody's examining inside and out, which is when the character Negan brings down the baseball bat to Lucille. It's the one just before that. So we're going to take a quick look at that, and I'm going to highlight how I'm pretty sure it shows who is seeing out of this point of view perspective. So here we see the van door being opened, and you can see this is the back of Daryl's head. Here we see Michonne being taken out next, followed by Rosita, and followed by Glenn. Now let's go back and look at that again. So we're looking at this person's first person's perspective, and you can tell by the distance from the door, they're definitely in the back, and they're definitely further back than Daryl. So this would seem to indicate that Daryl is safe from being the one who gets killed, if we are following the rule of the narrative of these 5 point of views all being from the same person, and not that they decided on the last 5th point of view to switch it up all of a sudden and make it a different character. So from this distance, with this movement, you see Daryl move. Michonne, which would kind of indicate then that means Rosita is next and Glenn is in the back. Really seems that this point of view is coming from Glenn. So that makes me really think that Glenn is the one who got killed. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you'd like to check out other videos by my group, Rocky Mountain Geek Tank, you can find them by looking at all these other videos that are there. Which, none of them, to the best of my memory, has anything to do with The Walking Dead, but it is geeky stuff, so until next time, don't get hit in the head with a baseball bat. So, a little bonus spoiler here, and again, this is a spoiler, so you may not want to know this. I'm fairly certain that the character in it, who was locked in the closet at the end of Season 6, which I guess we have to wait till Season 7 to see if she gets out of the closet, which might be a good thing for the character Tara. But in any case, this character I'm fairly certain is one of the saviors in some form or fashion. I think she poisoned Maggie with the pickles, and did so under orders of Negan to have the group leave, because it would make sense that if the pregnant woman's poisoned, then they're going to have to leave and go to the doctor, which means they have to go to the hilltop where the doctor is, And that would make it easier for the saviors to predict where the group was going to be going. Because it's just not logical that they set up hundreds of barricades at every possible area they were going to drive. So they would have to guess the best areas, and that would require knowing where they were going, which is to the hilltop, which would mean somebody on the inside would have had to tell them. And perhaps this was brought on by someone poisoning Maggie. A giant guess of mine. I really don't have a whole lot of evidence to offer for this one. I just thought I'd throw it in there as a bonus spoiler. So don't take pickles from creepy girls, is the moral of that story.